I go into that, and I'm glad you mentioned what you were talking about in regards to, we'll say law enforcement, but especially being more aware, more cognizant of approaches and alternative means with people who are living with a mental health issue or something along those lines. Do you think that in conjunction with that or part of that piece, it's also strengthening, let's say, access to social services, resources, things along those lines?
Absolutely. And that is one of the things that we are pushing, having that access readily available so that if somebody is going through a mental health crisis, you don't have to search for it. It should be, there should be, and one of our goals, let's say, one of our goals with this is to have it so that we have a call line like 911 or 511, something where we can call, you can call for mental health emergencies, so that it's not necessarily calling 911, because once you bring law enforcement out, that becomes something totally different. The other thing is training law enforcement. Our sheriff, Eric Levitt, is very conscious of the fact that law enforcement needs to be trained on how to deal with mental health issues, so that we're not just incarcerating the mentally ill when they're having episodes.
Again, that is outstanding because part of it is, training and awareness, education, what to do, how to do. And sometimes there are some things that fall outside of somebody's scope. So like you're saying, by having those resources readily available, or definitely making strides to where it's readily available, it is providing, like you said, just for lack of a term, just a better fit, just something that
Right.
flows a lot better, flows a lot better.
Absolutely. And I think now we're more aware um, of different things, and somebody who is mentally ill or going through an episode, it doesn't have the stigma that it used to have. So I think that we're being more educated, better educated, and we're able to provide better services because of that education.
Again, and I'm glad that you're sharing that and sharing what you can in regards to the direction you're trying to move in, making sure, like we said before, resources are a little bit more plentiful. They're definitely much more readily available, things along those lines. Let me ask you this question. So it's great that you're talking about the moving parts and the work you're doing. For people who are residents, whether it's in your zone or district or within the county, what are some things that you would suggest to Rockdale County residents just to stay more aware or to stay more engaged? What are things that, quote, people who live there, what are things that / we or they can do in order to be a more proactive part of the process?
Well, one of the things, I say two things. With Rockdale County, our Board of Commissioners, we televise all of our meetings, and then they replay them over and over and over again. Catch up. You can even go to Venmo and get our past meetings, or on our website, there are past meetings. So find out what we're doing, because I'm very transparent when I'm sitting on the dais. What comes up comes out pretty much with me. So you always know what I'm doing and what's going on in the county. But the other thing is, pick your issue. If you are concerned about economic development and the direction that we're going, come talk to me or any of the other commissioners. Serve on the board. Come to the most people don't know that a lot of our economic development is going through a development authority. We might have 50 people at a board of commissioner meetings, but nobody at a development authority meeting, where we're planning a lot of the initiatives and things like that. So we're doing a strategic plan for our animal control center. There were several community members that were engaged with that. Just pick your issue and become involved. And you don't have to be involved with everything, but if there's something that holds true to you or rings true to you, then become involved with that issue.